Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your friend Betts. My name is Jared, and today I want to talk about Fantastic Four and Superman and how I think it's silly as not just a comic book reader, but also a moviegoer, that it's extremely silly us as an audience that wants to versus these ones, right? You want them to compete. And like it's to me it's always been silly, even when I was young and I would go to the comic book store and there was Marvel heads who told me that DC was stupid, and then also vice versa. And it's so silly to be tribalistic about fictional characters and the corporate entity that owns said fictional characters. I don't understand that mentality. And so if you can explain it in a civil way in the comments, please do down below. I'd appreciate it. But I see a lot of DC fans celebrating Fantastic Four not doing as successfully as Superman, as if it's like they're the winners of something. But really, like, us as geeks are actually the winners, right? Like, I got to see Superman, my favorite superhero, and Fantastic Four, my favorite, like, Marvel team, in the same month, and both films were fun and very enjoyable. And I got to see them with my fiance, who knew nothing about Fantastic Four and left the theater liking the Fantastic Four and being interested in those characters. And I think that's really what's important when you see a superhero film, that when you like, even if you're a comic book reader or not a comic book reader, we are like, wow, that was really good. I would like to consume some more of those characters because I enjoyed it. And so when we were coming out of the theater for Fantastic Four, my fiance was like, "Oh, that's really good. I like those characters. I get why you like them now." And I was like, "Yeah, if you ever get an inkling, I have the first like 10 years of Fantastic Four in collected editions." She's like, "Oh, good to know." Right? Because like the same thing happened when we were watching Daredevil for the first time. We watched like the first episode of Daredevil, and she was just like, I want to read his comics. And so that's why I told her that when we were coming out of the theater. So that's what I think is important when it comes to superhero movies. And I think it's very silly, and I don't want to say immature, because we're talking about superheroes here, but to me it seems bizarre, I guess, like, as to why we've picked a side. Or if you've done it, I'm a DC guy, like, die hard, but I do like a solid handful of Marvel. Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man, I love the Fantastic Four, and I'm really into like the martial arts characters. I really like Iron Fist and Shang-Chi, and I know that's like area stuff that I like. I think that when it comes to superhero teams, I think Marvel's better. And then I think when it comes to like the martial arts books, because I like martial arts stuff, Marvel's better at that. But then when it comes to like characters that I just like am fascinated with, DC's better. And there's like, and so depending on my mood as a reader, I just go where my mood takes me, where my reading muse wants to go. And I just don't understand. It's not like like, it's not like, you're picking a genre of music where you're like, one's pop music and the other one's death metal. And like they're not drastically different. They're very similar in a lot of ways. They're like the same medium. They're the same genres in a lot of way, but there's just a different flavor to it. It's kind of like death metal and metalcore. They're kind of the same. But there's just a little flavor difference, a little different styles and how things are presented. They're both metal, just slightly different. And that's how I feel about comics. And so, in the same with like superhero movies, I was very, 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 very excited for Superman. I've seen it twice. I would see it more times if I didn't have a suspended license due to my medical situation right now. I would have gone probably multiple times in the first weekend. I probably would have seen it probably about 5 or 6 times at this point if I if I was driving myself, but I'm not. And I probably would have seen Fantastic Four again this weekend or last weekend, whatever. Today's Tuesday, so last weekend. But it's just like I don't get this the tribalism, and I think us as fans need to kind of dial it back and just let movies come out and enjoy them versus like arguing about box office numbers and like what an actor said on the internet about something. Very bizarre behavior. I just enjoyed both, and I'm looking forward to next summer where Spider-Man's coming out. Hey, one of my favorite Marvel character, and ASM is my favorite comic book to read. Spider-Man 4 is coming out, as well as Supergirl. And after seeing Superman, I'm so excited for Supergirl, and I've never missed a Spider-Man movie in theater. So next summer's gonna rock. I can't wait. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on next one. Peace.